Well, land was. Sorry. About supply and demand. If foreigners from rich countries go into, for example, Vietnam, which is currently developing and doing it very, very quickly, as my mom says, as demand goes up, supplies goes down. That is common knowledge. But what they don't know is that the price will also go up. So if supply goes down and there are people wanting it, then it'll be a rare thing. So it'll be very, very expensive. So for example, I'm a freshman, right? So I just got kicked out of my house by my mom. Now I don't have anywhere to live. If people just buy up the land, and now the land is too expensive for me to live in. And it might also affect the country's gray matter if people just moved in, right? So for example, this is also about the land. If, for example, you want to build a laboratory, then you would need a lot of land for all the equipment, and you also need storage, right? And if you want to have a laboratory in Vietnam, that would cost a lot. Now, basically, assessment, I'm going out.
Shh, don't disturb your teammates. Basically,
what it is a facility full of gray matter. That's what a lab is. Now, if you don't have enough places to keep that gray matter, yes, well, then all the people who are smart inside of your country will move right out. Another thing is that cheap ground can be brought up, cheap to the foreigners, advanced foreigners, can be used to make factories. Now factories is the cause of air pollution, toxic waste, water contaminant, and also global warming, which I don't think any of us really wants. Now, another thing is real estate. Now, real estate is a very, very, very risky thing to do. For example, have you heard of the recent company named Nova Real Estate? They recently took an insanely big dive. They recently took a very big dive because of real estate drop in the COVID times. No one really wants to go around viewing their house because they can't buy it anyways. So that is all the reason that I think that foreigners should not be able to move into developing countries.
All right, really good. You have about, wait, stay there. You get about 90 seconds left, so I would like to hear more. One thing you need to do, it's fine. When you get up there and you intro, just real quick, thank you very much everyone for coming here. I am with the affirmative. You want to do a definition. So when we talk about a definition, it kind of sets the parameters. Like our definition of owning land is factories and private ownership and farms from foreigners. Okay, we're not talking about apartments. We're talking about major land use. So it's whatever your definition is. So you kind of set the parameters. It was really good, and then guys, he did really well. But you went right into it. I loved it. Supply and demand, land for young married couples. Gray matter. You mean of the brain? We call it brain drain.
Okay. Well,
brain drain is when you have people smart from one area going to another area. We call it brain drain. Anyway, and then pollution. That's one thing I have not heard all day. Great argument that foreigners are coming here, big factories make pollution, and things like real estate, that things get overvalued and no one can buy it. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Excellent. Just next time when you intro, just do a quick intro.
That's some defining, yeah.
He did a great job. Now, you guys got to get there, but also you guys got to start thinking amongst yourselves. How are you going to fight these 5 points? Okay. All right. Who's up? All right. Sit down. Who's up? Oh, sorry. Stop.
I just
Wait. Point of interest. So you got so we're going to do POI. Point of interest. You have to ask him one question about what he talked about. POI. So who wants to do it? So you know POI.
I don't want to cry. Don't cry. If you want to cry, just cry.
So Eddie, say POI.
What?
You gotta yell it. POI.
Don't do it.
POI.
Point of interest. Point.
It's literally the first 3 letters of the point of interest.
Boy.
Okay, ask him a question.
Boy.
So the question, it's a kind of a strategy. You can either elaborate on a point. My favorite tactic is to ask a how question. How will you keep people from leaving? Why would you want to do that? Isn't that kind of like, fascism if you keep people from leaving? Why would you do that?
Oh yeah, why?
Yeah, and he'd be like, right, it's a hard question to answer. So
Answer it now.
Yeah, so, but Annie, you got to think of a question on one of those things he said and try to either get more detail or ask him how to solve the problem. That's my favorite thing.
How do you have the tactics?
Then how do you keep the brain drain?
I'm a smart guy.
You participate in the baby.
Every day, my wife.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, me too. I debate with my mom and dad.
Okay.
Your wife?
Shh.
Go,
Ask a
guys,
question.
go, guys.
How do you keep the brain drain?
Yeah, well, why do you care about brain drain? Why would you want people not to leave? Like, what's wrong with your country? You can't keep people here? What's wrong?
Okay,
Too bad.
so we don't want to trap them in a box. We just want to sort of discourage them from leaving. Since we're developing countries and we want to stay developing, so what we need is really smart people to make breakthroughs and scientific groundbreakers to just start developing our countries faster, or being very smart could be good in political debates.
Not bad. Sit down. All right, up. Who's up next? Good job.
Think you're up there.
Annie, get up there. Come on, go.
No, the other team.